Hello everyone, welcome to Technologies Discussion channel. Today, I'd like to continue the discussion on Arduino and Python programming. This video is mainly for beginner. This video, I'm going to discuss how can we actually write 4 simple Arduino program in 10 minutes time. This will be the part 2 series discussion on Arduino and Python programming. I have already put the playlist of this Arduino and Python under the description. So please take a look on those videos if you're keen to know more about Arduino and also Python programming. This is my email. If you have any question regards on today's discussion, please drop me an email. Before I continue, I'd like to urge you guys to support this channel by pressing the like and also the subscribe button. Please also turn on your notification bell in order to receive more information from this channel. Once again, sincere thanks for your strong support. This is actually what we have been doing at the part 1 series discussion on Arduino and Python. In this part 1 series discussion, I actually share how can we actually install the Arduino IDE. So if you want to take a look on this video, how we actually install the Arduino before we actually can write the program. So this is already covered in the part 1 series, installation of Arduino IDE. So what is the objective of this video, part 2 series? We are going to write 4 simple Arduino program. Okay, I think in early on part 1 series, I have described these 4 little program that we are going to write. Firstly is we turn on the LED through pin 13. Pin 13 is actually directly connected to the LED that is on the Arduino Uno board. So what we actually need to do is basically when we actually so-called put high or 5 volt on pin 13, the LED will turn on. When we actually put low on pin 13, the LED will turn off. Basically, the first task is we are required to turn on the LED, and we actually can do this by putting high or low on pin 13, which I will illustrate later on. Next, on program number 2, we are actually tasked how to turn off the LED again through pin 13. As I described on the first task, we can actually put a low at pin 13. This will effectively turn off the LED. Again, okay, we will take a look how does the source code or how can we actually program this to turn off the LED which is on the Arduino Uno board. Next, task number 3, okay, we are going to make the LED blink, okay, which means that they are going to turn on and off continuous. Okay, so what we need to do is, again, we need to play a trick on pin 13. Okay, we are going to put high, low, high, low, high, low on pin 13. So therefore, the LED will start to blink. And last but not least, what we are going to do on task number 4, okay, we are going to bring the LED at different rate. Okay, for example, for this case here, I want to turn on the LED for just 1 second, or I want to turn off the LED for 9 seconds. So basically, you can imagine that I turn on the LED for 1 second. After that, I turn off the LED for 9 seconds. After that, again, go back to turn on the LED for 1 second. And then the LED will be off for 9 seconds. And this thing repeat again and again. So this will be the 4 tasks that I'm going to do for this video. Okay, so this diagram here shows the Arduino Uno board. As I told you that basically this is pin 13. This pin 13 is actually linked to this LED. So as I described earlier on, if we put 5 volt here, the LED will turn on. If we put 0, the LED will turn off. Okay, so basically, this is what we are going to do later on. Let's take a look how we actually can write the source code to turn on the LED. Let's come to the programming part of the Arduino. So this is actually what you will see when you actually open the Arduino IDE. So over here, I will say that this program is actually so-called separated into 2 portions. Okay, firstly is the setup. Another one is the loop. Okay, the function that you actually written in the setup, whatever instruction that you actually put inside here, they will only execute 1 time, run once. Okay, this is actually what it means over here. So whatever instruction that you actually put it here, they will run only for one time. As for the loop, okay, all the instruction that you actually put inside the loop, they will execute numerous times, or maybe you will run repeatedly until there's an instruction that you actually will drop out of this loop. Okay, if not, they will continuous to loop it non-stop. So before I start off the programming, okay, so there are actually two tasks that you need to do before you can start the programming. Firstly, you can go to the tools and you can go to the port. Okay, you can see that where is your Arduino port. So this time round, the Arduino port is at port 7. So I actually need to select this port 7 here. So once I select the port 7, I also need to indicate that I'm actually using Arduino Uno board over here. So I'm done. So basically you can see that the status over here reflect I'm using Arduino Uno board now. Okay, so I'm ready to do the first programming, which is to turn on the LED. So how can I actually type the instruction? Okay, remember all the instructions that I mentioned over here, they are only execute one time. Okay, so firstly, I need to define my pin 13. Okay, I need to define my pin 13, whether is it an input or output. Because pin 13 is used to drive the LED. So therefore, I need to define pin 13 as an output. So how can I write the instruction? Basically, will be pin mode. And then I mentioned that it's pin number 13, okay, because I'm going to do pin number 13. And I need to configure them as an output. So all in capital letter output here. And then all Arduino, you must end with a semicolon. So basically, these sentences here indicate that I'm going to set pin 13 as an output, and I only need to execute it for one time. Okay, so basically, this is on this portion here. So next, okay, I need to put a 5 volt onto pin 13. Okay, so basically, I want to have the LED to continuous on rather than just on one time. So I need to write the instruction at this loop portion here. So how can I actually execute this to put pin 13 as a high or 5 volt? Okay, so what I need to do is basically I need to do a digital right. W must be big letter. Okay, right here. And then again, I open here. So basically, again, I need to emphasize it's pin 13. Okay, I need to emphasize that I want the instruction to be high. And then with a semicolon again. Okay, so this will be the instruction to turn on the LED. So this is the first task to turn on the LED. So once I'm done, okay, I'm ready to execute this program. So I just press this execute function. So you can see that they actually compiling. So after they compile, the fault is not done. Okay, so there's no fault, everything all done, and then you actually can take a look on the Arduino board now. Let's take a look on the Arduino board. Let's go to the Arduino board view. And after you have run your program, you actually see that the LED lights will blink for a while. Can you see here? And after some time, you actually can see that pin 13, okay, which is the LED light, already turn it on. So the first program is basically return the LED light, which is done. Let's come back to the source code of Arduino IDE. Earlier on, I have actually execute instruction to turn on the LED at the Arduino Uno board. So now the task number 2 is how to off the LED. So how can we actually off the LED? So this instruction will be still valid because I just configure pin 13 as an output. But now over here, instead of high to pin 13, I actually need to run low to pin 13. So basically, this will actually so-called turn off the LED because I actually indicate that pin 13 will be low. So which means that it will be at 0 volt. So when pin 13 is 0 volt, okay, the LED will be off. Again, once I'm done with this, I actually can press this upload and the file actually will upload into the Arduino Uno board. And over here, you can see that there's no error. And basically, let's take a look on the Arduino Uno board now. Let's go to the Arduino board view. So basically, when we actually run the program, again, you can see that the light will blink after some time. And after that, you actually realize that the LED light already turned off. Can you see here? The LED light is off. So this will be program number 2. We actually turn the LED off. Let's come to the Arduino IDE programming part again. Okay, so early on, I have turned on the LED on the first task. On the second task, I have turned off the LED. So on the third task, I actually need to meet the LED blink. So how can I actually meet the LED blink? Okay, so therefore, I think you probably know that this instruction will be still relevant. And what I need to do is basically, I just add in another line, okay, which means that one of the line is to turn the LED high. After that, another line will turn the LED low. So basically, this will light this LED blink, right? So basically, I turn it high. After that, I will turn it low because this thing is a loop. So it will go back to high, low, high, low, high, low again. So once you're ready, okay, you can press the upload and this firmware will go into the Arduino IDE board. So again, you can compile, okay, so you can see that there's no error. Okay, so let's take a look on the Arduino Uno board. Let's go to the Arduino board view. When I actually click the upload function here, okay, again, you can see that the LED will start to blink. No, but however, you realize that my LED is permanently off. Okay, it doesn't blink. So where is the issue? Why the LED is not blinking now? Okay, let's take a look on the program again to understand better. Let's come to the source code again. So now you realize the problem. If I actually run the program here, basically this is a loop. So basically the LED will turn high and turn low and high, low, high, low. And because the interval high, low, okay, is so fast that cannot detect by my eyes or even your eyes. So therefore we assume that the LED is continuous off. So we are not able to see the effect of the blinking of the LED. So what can we actually add to this program so that we can actually meet the LED blink? So what can we do? Okay, we can actually add in a new function, okay, which is called delay. Okay, so we can write a function of delay. For example, let's say I want to delay as 1 second. So I'll put this delay as 1 second. Okay, so over here, inside the bracket is basically a delay function. It's in terms of millisecond. So if I put delay bracket 1, which means that I will delay for 1 millisecond. And because delay of 1 millisecond, I probably will not be able to see the effect also. So therefore, I want to delay at 1 second. So over here is the same thing here. I actually add in a function of delay. So now I will be able to see the blinking effect of the LED. So once all my source code is done, again, I just need to press the upload function. And I want to verify that there is no error. So basically all the compilation done. And so let's take a look on the Arduino Uno board. Let's go to the Arduino board view again. So when I actually click the upload button here, so again, you can see that the button starts to blink. And over here now, you can see that, oh, the LED start to blink. So 1 second, you will turn it on. 1 second, you will turn it off. So basically, this will be the third programming. Basically, is to blink the LED. Every 1 second to turn the LED on, and every second to turn the LED off. Let's come to the Arduino IDE source code over here again. So we have done the first task, which is to turn on the LED. Second task is to turn off the LED. The third task is to make the LED blink. 1 second on, 1 second off, 1 second on, and 1 second off. So now what I want to do is basically, I want to control the different rate of LED. Okay, for example, now I want to turn on, let's say 1 second, and I want it to be turned off 9 seconds. Okay, so basically I want to on for 1 second and off for 9 seconds. So basically what changes I need to do to this source code? You can see from here, instead of 1000, okay, I just need to change to 9000. So with this instruction, I actually will turn on the LED for 1 second and I will turn it off for 9 seconds. and after that, they will turn it on for 1 second again, and after that, they will turn it off for 9 seconds again. So once everything is all right, so basically, we run the program. So after that, we will take a look on the Arduino Uno board to see the effect of this. So again, let's click the upload function here. So let's ensure that there's no error on the coding. So basically it's done. So let's take a look on the Arduino Uno board. Let's go to Arduino board view again. So when I actually click the upload button, okay, so after some time, you can see that the LED starts to blink. So what happened here is basically now you can see that the LED turn on for 1 second and turn off for 9 seconds. And basically they repeat this process again and again. Can you see over here? So now they turn off for 9 seconds. Okay, so let's wait for it to turn on. Okay, so you will turn on for 1 second, and then after that you will off for 9 seconds. So basically this will be the fourth programming to turn the LED light on for 1 second and turn it off for 9 seconds. Let's come to the explanation of the Arduino coding. Okay, so when we actually start the Arduino coding, we actually have this page here. So this is what we call a bare minimum. Okay, so this is basically what we actually need to have in order to put where our instruction or source code over here. Over here, you can see that this belongs to a setup. Basically, the setup has a opening curly bracket and also a close curly bracket. Whatever instruction that you actually put it over here, they will execute one time, as illustrated here. They will run once, which means that whatever instruction over here, they will execute just one time. However, for this loop, okay, basically, again, you can see that start with a curly bracket and end with a curly bracket. Whatever instruction that you actually put it here, okay, they will execute many times, or they run repeatedly, okay, until you properly break this loop. If not, you are going to continue loop on the instruction over here. So this is what I mentioned earlier on. This is actually what we call a bare minimum of Arduino coding. Let's take a look on our task number 1. How can we actually turn on the LED? Okay, so this is the source code that I actually written to turn on the LED at the so-called on the Arduino Uno board. Okay, so what we need to do is basically under this instruction here, for example, okay, we want to define, okay, whether pin 13 will be input or output, or pin 9, whether it will be input or output or whatever. So basically over here, we only just need to do it one time. For example, in this particular video, we only use pin number 13, okay, which is illustrated here. And pin 13, we actually use it to turn on the LED. So therefore, we want to configure pin 13 as an output. So basically over here, we need to type a pin mode, okay, which means that we are ready to set the pin, okay, which is over here 13 as an output. So basically, this is what we actually do the so-called the initiate. Okay, basically we define that the numbers of pin that we are going to utilize, okay, and we utilize pin 13 as an output. Next over here, this is what I mentioned earlier on, which is a loop, okay, which means that the LED will turn on permanently, okay, because over here we do a digital write. Okay, digital write means that we write either by 5 volt or by 0 volt, and over here you can see that we write a digital write, and again we specify that it will be at pin 13, and we actually put a high, which means that we actually set pin 13 to high. When we actually set pin 13 to high, the LED will turn on. Okay, so basically this is the explanation of Arduino coding number 1. Okay, so let me give you some example. Okay, for example, this belongs to this part here. For example, I want to set the pin 13 to output, which I have illustrated here. So basically this specified the pin, and this specified whether is it input or output. And if I need to set pin 13 as an input over here, so therefore you can see over here, I just need to specify as an input. Then the pin 13 will be categorized as input. Again, I give you another example. For example, pin number 9, I want to set it to output, and basically how you set it to be output is actually written over here. Next, here I'm going to show to you this. is on this instruction here, okay, on the digital write instruction here. So over here, you can see that, for example, the first task is I want to set pin 13 to high. So I put this digital write, make sure this W is a capital W, and I want to use pin 13. So I specify pin 13, and I put an instruction high, which means that this high will put on pin 13, and pin 13 will be high. Basically, this is what it means. Next, okay, if I want to set pin 13 to low, okay, for example, for this case here, or the programming number 2, we actually turn off the LED. So how can we actually turn off the LED? Is simply we put a low at pin 13. So therefore, this is how we can write the source code, digital write 13 low, which means that low will be placed at pin 13, and therefore the LED will be off. Again, I just illustrate that, for example, I want to configure, okay, it's not really configure, it's basically put pin 10 to high. So what I need to do is basically, this is how I write. So instead of 13 now, basically, I want to do it at pin 10. So therefore, I replace 13 with 10. And basically, again, you can see that high is actually put on pin 10. And basically, the output of pin 10 will be 5 volt. Next, I have also done this, basically is on the blinking of the LED. I have explained this. What I have owned is basically this delay function here. Okay, so this delay function, basically, if you see from the example earlier on, without the delay, for example here, basically you can see that the LED will turn on high and then turn on low. And this high, low, they actually repeat it so fast that we cannot detect that the LED can actually blink. Okay, so therefore we need to do a delay so that we will be able to see that the LED actually blink. Okay, for this delay function here, they basically are done like 1 millisecond. So in order to have 1 second, okay, it will become 1000. If I put 1 here, this will be 1 millisecond. Again, I think typically we won't be able to see the LED turn on for 1 millisecond and then turn off for another 1 millisecond. It will be too fast for our human eye to take a look. So therefore, we need to have this instruction, okay, which is delay. Okay, so let me give you an example on this delay here. Okay, for example, if we want to delay for 1 second, okay, how we write is basically delay 1000, which I shared with you earlier on. This delay is simply by 1 millisecond. So basically, if we put 1000, it will be equivalent to 1 second. Again, if we want to delay for 9 seconds, okay, we just put 9000. Basically, this will be on the delay function. Basically, I think with this, I have discussed all the Arduino coding from this video. Hopefully, you guys find this meaningful. Once again, sincere thanks for your strong support. I see you guys again. Bye for now.